My Death, My Decision. Death is an inevitable ending process of our life. Assisted suicide is suicide that committed with the aid of another person, usually daughter. This policy has been legalized in some countries such as Canada and Switzerland. However, people don't have the option to end their pain and die peacefully in England. Therefore, this video mainly shows the background and looks into the comparison of the assisted suicide policy in Canada, Switzerland, and England. Canada think that this is a moral decision for those who suffer from endless pain under their medical condition. So, Canada has the assisted suicide policy. However, this law has several requirements. The patient must be 18 years old or above, and he or she must have an irremediable medical condition such as an incurable illness within an advanced state of irreversible decline in capability. Also, the patient's natural death obviously foreseeable. The patient must make this request by himself or herself without any external pressure by other people. The most important is only the doctor and the nurse have the right to give the drugs or substance for dying to the patient. Moreover, the patient is required to sign the assisted suicide and can withdraw it under any circumstances. Then, the physician needs to see whether the patient meets all the above criteria and obtain the opinion of the second physician. The one who can use the assisted policy must be the citizen of Canada under the health service, which is funded by the government. 2 independent witnesses are required. Finally, the patient can choose the medical assistance option in dying, which are injecting the drug to the blood vessel or eating the drug by themselves, and in doing so to cause their own death. According to the Public Perception Survey in 2014 of dying in dignity, there was more than 84% of Canadians believe that illness people should have the right to end their lives. Therefore, the government listened to the opinion of the citizen and legalized assisted suicide in 2016.
Switzerland, the country with the 2 largest non-profit assisted suicide associations, which are the ACES and Dignitas. Switzerland is the parent of legalizing the assisted suicide. Therefore, the 2 associations have helped people to end their pain a long time ago. Switzerland is the only country which accepts foreigners for assisted suicide legally. This is quite different from Canada. Under the Swiss criminal law, they can only provide assisted suicide without any selfish motives. For instance, the physician can only provide you with the drug drinks or drug with needle, which will be strong enough to stop the heartbeat. Conversely, physician of Canada can inject the drug to the patient's venom by the protection of law. Moreover, in Canada, people are just required to pay the cost of the drug, which are around $70 and $100. But the cost of the daily test will be around $7,500. It's only for foreigners. In view of this, Switzerland is the best choice for the one to come along, as assisted suicide is not legal on other countries. Besides that, the assisted suicide does not need to carry out in public hospital, as the government allow people to go to the apartments that provided by the ACE or Dignitas and end their lives peacefully. They are not necessary to have any independent illnesses. Maybe Switzerland is a good choice for us to end the life with dignity if we have enough money.
England, the country is different from the above countries. There's a wider situation. According to the Campaign of Dignity in Dying, there was about 82% of the public support the choice of assisted suicide for terminal people. British government thinks that it may consist of murder. Unlike Switzerland, it's not allowed to the British patients to commit suicide, no matter how bad the situation of the patients is. Some British think that the assisted suicide will lead to the problem of an acceptable way of dealing with serious or terminal illness, which means the doctors will not try all of their effort to cure the patients. So hospice care has lagged behind other countries. Worse still, the quality of hospital care will decline and lag behind the other countries. The most perceptive agreement is that no one has the right to take away other or their own lives, as we are not God.
There is another reason which leads England to be distinct with Switzerland and Canada. The resource of the British government is pretty low compared with another two countries. In the idealism, British government think about the one who suffers endless pain from the illness doesn't have the right to die with dignity.
Hong Kong aging population is increasing gradually. Without any doubt, assisted suicide is necessary to legalize for the sake of the elderly or terminal illness people to die with dignity. As in the old age of the elderly, they will undergo incurable illness. Hong Kong should take Switzerland as reference. This can ensure that it is the willingness of the patient to suicide. It's time for Hong Kong to change to be a city where people have their own rights to end their pain when facing incurable illness. No one can replace God, but God shouldn't deprive the rights of people getting away from physical and mental pain.